After nearly 40 years on the court, the field, the links, Mario clearly knows ball, but do you? I do, that's why we're here today. This week, in celebration of the release of Mario Tennis Fever for the Nintendo Switch 2, coming in on OpenCritic with a strong 76 right now, we are sitting down to decide what the big four Mario sports games are. Now, of course, when we're deciding something like this, everybody's version of definitive varies. The qualifications for which faces make it onto Mount Rushmore, it all comes down to personal taste and preference. The definitive four should all best represent what the world of Mario brings to the sport. It doesn't have to be the most authentic version of the sport, rather the most engaging Mario-themed take on it. Whether that's weighing its roster, its gimmick, interaction, you get the gist. Next, just because a sub-series of sports have seen more releases does not make it more eligible or more likely to make it into the definitive four. We are looking at quality over quantity. And lastly, we're not going to be considering Mario Sports compilations. So the Mario Sports Mix series, and as much as I love that first one, the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games titles, not in consideration for the big four. And while this won't always be the case when we sit down to decide a topic like this, we will only be considering one game per sports sub-series. As valid as a four full of golf games would be, we want Mario's best. We don't want the best and the second best and the third and the fourth best of a given series just because we like that sport. So, who has the honor of being the first to get into the definitive four? Mario Tennis. Specifically for the Nintendo 64. Tip of the cap to the people that still tout the Game Boy Color RPG version, but that's not making it in. Mario Tennis for the N64, game still holds up. This is one of the first modern versions of the Mario Sports series as we know it today. Really, when we look at the grand scheme of Mario's time playing sports, like tennis and golf are the two pillars that support the house of this entire subgenre of Mushroom Kingdom adventures. There obviously needs to be a tennis game in the definitive four. It is a foundational pillar of Mario's sporting activities. But Mario Tennis for the Nintendo 64, while it is one of the older versions of this idea of Mario playing tennis, it still is fantastic. And really, when we look at the grand scheme of Camelot's time developing these games, from then all the way to Mario Tennis Fever today, the foundations of tennis were nailed in this game. Mario Power Tennis, Mario Tennis Aces, and Fever all really just add extra gimmicks on top of the rock-solid back and forth of tennis that was nailed on the first go. The controls are simple, but they are intuitive, and there is room for so much strategy here in how you direct your shot, playing mind games with your opponent, making them think you're going to hit it out of bounds. If you do a short hit, if you lob it, if you do the super move that you get sometimes, and if the influence and the foundational layer of this game was not enough to cement it as one of the definitive four Mario sports games, nice little cherry on top, this game gave us Waluigi. Waluigi was created for this game. That alone is definitive worthy for the contributions it made to the Mario canon. The next entrant into the definitive four should be no surprise in terms of what sport it's representing, because next to tennis, this is the other foundational pillar, Mario Golf. The selection making it into the definitive four for Mario Golf is Mario Golf World Tour for the Nintendo 3DS. Because while Mario Golf on the N64, the Game Boy Color, the GameCube all really had a great version of tennis to play with your friends, by yourself, a host of awesome modes, the GameCube version had some great cutscenes, they all lacked one very important thing: online play. And with a game like golf, which is so much better when you play it with other people, either in person or in video games, the idea and the ability to bring Mario Golf with you on the go, thanks to it being on a portable like the 3DS, or hunker down on the couch and log online to play in one of the online tournaments, challenge your friends, it really brought the reach of Mario Golf to a whole nother level. And while the online tournaments are not actively supported anymore, the fact that it was such an integral piece of this game really helps its identity when we look at the context of online for not only Nintendo games, but the Mario Sports series. And when we look at the Mario Golf game, which came after World Tour, it was lacking in that department. And if we look at the title of this game, what you have with Mario Golf World Tour is a portable version of the incredible golf gameplay that was developed over the course of the prior Mario Golf games, with DLC support, a bunch of different characters you could unlock. The course selection in this game was also great, not only because you had other packs you could download, but also because in addition to standard green, you had like Peach themed, you had Mario World themed courses to golf in, and they would impact how you have to consider playing the game with traps on the field. It was just the complete package. And while again it is still offline, you can have a great time whipping out your 3DS and just playing the back nine before you go to bed, or playing a quick 3-course round of golf when you're on the couch waiting for your show to start. It's still a great game. But if Mario Golf is not your speed and you want more mobility than what's on offer in the Mario Tennis series, the third entrant into the Definitive 4 is a much faster paced, much more involved and active Mario sports game. Released for the Nintendo DS, the one entry in this sports series that Mario has seen to this day, Mario Hoops 3-on-3. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the only Mario basketball game. There's basketball in the compilations. NBA Street Volume 3 featuring Mario and Peach doesn't count today, but I really can't believe this is the one and only basketball game that Mario has gotten. And really, when you pick it up and play it, it works great. It is a true gem and a wonderful application of the Nintendo DS gimmick, because to control this game when you're playing basketball, you have to be tapping the touchscreen with your stylus to dribble the ball. And as you go down the court, you can dribble it over question blocks to unlock coins, which then act as like a multiplier for when you get a basket. It is such a fun and involved version of the sport of basketball with Mario elements. Passing the ball to your teammates with a swipe of the stylus, if you're going for a three-pointer and you just lob it up on the screen, or if you go to slam dunk it, it's all very intuitive on the DS screen. It's got so much extra flair in there, like Yoshi will do a flutter jump dunk, DK will jump up and spin to try and like knock people away sometimes. And while it's a great use of the platform it's on, mimicking the actual motion of dribbling a basketball, I easily see a world where this series could live on traditional consoles, and it does deserve to be there, absolutely. Now, this game was developed not by Nintendo, but by Square Enix of all people, and has a killer soundtrack because it was composed by Soken, the composer of Final Fantasy XIV and 16, made a basketball soundtrack. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. And if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you can play as a black mage, a white mage, and a ninja. There's cactuars in here. It's not the focus of it. It's still a Mario sports game, but Square Enix, they put some of their own flair in here, and you can tell. It's such a magical game. Now, if you've been counting along, we have one open slot left. There's only room for one more Mario sports game in the Definitive 4. Now, if you ask me, I think the choice here is very clear. I know there are fans of all of the Mario sports games, but when we're sitting down to really think what else deserves to be alongside these two pillars of Mario sports, and one of the most creative implementations of a sport clashing with the Mario brand, the last game making it in to the Definitive 4, a game not made by Nintendo, a game made by Namco, it's Mario Baseball. Specifically for the GameCube, Mario Superstar Baseball. This game is just dripping in personality, very similar to Mario Hoops 3-on-3. There's just so much care and consideration into how the developers adapted this sport, this beloved classic sport, into the world of the Mushroom Kingdom. There is a stacked roster of 71 playable characters from the Mario series that you're able to unlock, with a smaller selection of captains, and the selection of a captain, be it Donkey Kong, Bowser, Luigi, Wario, will provide you and your really countless different combinations of team compositions with a fun team name. You have a host of different modes and different ways to go about playing baseball with the rock-solid foundation and very approachable interaction on moving throughout the field. But you also have some wacky Mario-themed fields to play in, with ones where, like, piranha plants will pop up and eat your pop flies out of the air and really throw a wrench in your plans. And while we've only seen 2 attempts at bringing the Mario Baseball series to life, with many people, myself included, very eager to see a 3rd attempt, we are going with the GameCube version of the game, not only because of how Namco nailed it off the rip, but also because playing this version has less of a chance of actually giving you, like, tennis elbow from swinging that Wiimote so much. But what do you think the definitive for Mario sports games should be? Because as far as I'm concerned, I really do think you have to have a tennis game, a golf game, because those are the reasons we have Mario Sports to begin with. From there, it really is down to personal preference, how you feel the various different attempts at Mario sports games have done at bringing the world of Mario, the character and personality, to the sports of our reality. So let me know what you think of my picks, let me know what yours would be, and what sport you want to see Mario play next. If that's returning to something like baseball and giving soccer another chance, or doing something new like American football, or hockey, or pro wrestling. But that is all for today. Stay tuned to see what we rank next. I'll see you next time.